The latest gaming laptops from Lenovo. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us from Lenovo is Senior Technologist Kevin Beck. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Fred. How are you?
Doing great. Well, you've unveiled the latest generation of Lenovo Legion laptops. Give us a bit of an overview here. Is there an overall theme to what you're doing?
There is absolutely. The Lenovo Legion 7 and the Legion Slim 7, the engineering teams, obviously working through multiple generations of these products, concentrate on a specific set of improvements for each generation. And for this generation, it's really around three areas: improving the performance of the gaming laptops, obviously of paramount importance to the customer set for this sort of laptop. So performance, the display, and then a lot of focus on the overall design, both the mechanical engineering and a lot of the things that are under the covers that just make the overall gaming experience better.
Well, let's get into some specifics with some models here and what you've done. Want to start at the top?
Will do. So some of your viewers may be aware, as you may be, we have some specific names for the technologies that we put into our Legions. And starting sort of at the top level, cold front is the blanket term that we use for the overall cooling system in the Legion laptops. And we're up to cold front 4.0. And what cold front refers to is the totality of the hardware and the software, the actual mechanical parts of the cooling system, as well as the things we do under the cover. And speaking of under the covers, the AI engine that we have is 2.0 for this year. And what the team does is, in the development of these products, go through an extensive set of testing and tuning with an AI machine learning type platform that looks at the balance of CPU power, GPU power, the performance of the thermals, the temperatures, the fans, the noise. And in this generation, we've got a predictive fan speed algorithm that really looks at like what the performance is doing over time and anticipates that. So not to get overly technical about it, but it gives you more time under the curve by anticipating, by knowing how the games perform under certain circumstances, and predicting that fan performance or anticipating what the fan is going to need. It lets it run faster, longer. Right. So from a software tuning perspective, that's probably the main difference. We've also got power profiles, because not everybody is running on full power all the time with it plugged in. So even if you do have to game on battery, or you're in an environment where you need it to be quieter, we're still getting the optimum performance depending on that power profile that you choose. And then we've got a lot of hardware things that we've done in both of the systems this year, completely redesigned from the ground up. We'll talk a little bit more about the design later, but we've greatly more than doubled the number of air intake holes. I believe it was about 500 last year, and we counted this year. Up above the keyboard bezel, you've got 1,172 precision CNC drilled air intake vents. But I think probably what is of most interest to people on the higher end, the more performance-oriented Legion 7, is the new vapor chamber cooling system that we've got. So that, in conjunction with the new phase change thermal compound that we're using, along with making the fan blades, I think it's 67% thinner, slightly larger fan assemblies. The big takeaway here is that because we're sharing those cooling duties between the CPU and the GPU, under certain circumstances when the GPU demands it, we're able to shift the total thermal load management away from the CPU and boost that NVIDIA 3080 in the Legion 7 up to 175 watts of TDP. So just absolute maximum performance out of a laptop of this size.
Terrific. Now, you mentioned there were differences in the displays with this release. Tell me about it.
Sure, absolutely. So one thing that people will immediately notice, I think, is that we've shifted to 16-inch displays this year from the older 15.6. But more than just the size, it's the aspect ratio. So we're at 16:10 aspect ratio on both of these, which gives you mathematically 11% more space. And it lets us keep the footprint almost exactly the same as the previous generation. So you're getting quite a bit more screen real estate because the screen is taller without necessarily having to have a much larger system. That said, or I should say, one of the other benefits that we get from that with that aspect ratio and some of the things we've done on the design, like kicking the camera out into a notch that also serves to help you open this system with one finger, is that we're up to 93% plus screen to body ratio. They vary slightly by a couple decimal points, but over 93% screen to body ratio on both of these. So you're getting more active area for your gaming. And we've got a number of screen options. They're all WQXGA and up to, or starting at, or a base of 165 hertz, but we do have options, screen options up to 240 hertz with variable refresh rate and low blue light. And later this year, we're going to have a mini LED screen, which is amazing. Goes up to 1250 nits with DCI P3 color calibration. Pretty amazing stuff, I think.
Tell me about the cameras that you're incorporating here, because those have become, I guess, of increasing importance to many gamers.
Absolutely, because when you look at like how people game and live and use their equipment in a hybrid world, the camera is obviously of supreme importance. So we've upgraded both of these to have 1080p cameras available. They also have e-privacy shutters, right? Because you're not always gaming. Sometimes you're actually doing work in a coffee shop or in public. So upgrading the cameras, and as I said, sort of taking that camera, making more room for it by notching or sticking a notch out of the top, lets us get that better screen to body ratio, more usable screen, as well as creating a sort of one ridge that you can use to open the system with one finger.
Has this whole pandemic environment changed the needs and expectations of gamers and your marketing as well?
Yeah, absolutely. What we found, and it's the reason we offer multiple options in Legion laptops, is we've got what we see in talking to gamers around the world and the studies and focus groups that we do when we're planning these products, is that you've got folks who just want the maximum performance available from a laptop, and that's what, from a gaming laptop, and that's what the Legion 7 is. But the Slim 7 is more targeted towards a group of people who are doing more balanced sort of work or more multifaceted work, because a lot of people obviously stream their games. So, whether it be Twitch or YouTube gaming or whatever. So that's why we've upgraded the camera. We've upgraded the screen to body ratio. And one other key thing that comes into design is we know that not everybody is going to be sitting at their desk at home and using the big, massive power supplies that will run the systems at full power. We've added the option to and have an optional 135 watt, much smaller, much lighter, 135 watt USB-C power supply. So obviously you're not going to get full gaming performance with that, but with the mobility needs and the work from anywhere kind of world that we live in now, it gives people a better, lighter, more portable option for working away from home.
And I assume there are plenty of customers who say, you know what, I want this machine for both work and play, and so they've got to go for the max to enable the play side of things.
Exactly. But our view is that even though the Legion 7 is a larger gaming performance laptop, you still don't give up anything on that. We've got maximum legally allowed, or at least for use on board an airplane, it's 100 watt hours is the maximum battery. So we've got 99.99 watt hour batteries in both of these, and combined with that smaller power supply option, I think it really does strike that right balance, as you say, between work and play.
Let's tick off what the new models are, if you don't mind, and maybe where pricing starts too.
Sure, absolutely. Let me just pull up a sheet here and make sure I get this absolutely right. Don't want to misquote these figures. So both of the announced platforms, the Legion 7 and the Legion Slim 7, come in 7i and a 7 variant, the 7i being the Intel variant and the 7 being the AMD variant. So a lot of choice there for people who, given their can choose their preferred platform. So the Legion 7i will start at $2449, and that'll be available in May. The 7, the AMD variant, that's $2059 entry price, and that's available in June. The Slim 7i, the Intel variant, that's going to start at $1589 and also be available in May. And the Slim 7, the AMD variant of the Slim 7, will start at $1519 and be available in June.
Terrific. And for more info, where's the best place for people to go? Is there a specific site?
Absolutely. We at Lenovo.com, we've got in the Legion link there, there'll be a full overview of the products, all the new features, the new design, the new magnesium aluminum casing. Everything will be explained there right on our homepage.
And I need to ask, because it's been such an issue for everyone over the last number of months, any supply chain issues? Are people going to be able to get their hands on these machines?
We believe so. Absolutely. I mean, it's something that our supply chain teams work on every day. And right now, those are the dates we're showing for availability, and our team's hard at work on that for sure.
Terrific. Again, it's Lenovo.com. Look for the Legion line. Kevin Beck, thank you for taking the time with us.
Certainly, Fred. Thank you so much.